This feels weird as fuck. All right, let's stop that real quick. All right, there it goes. Hello. Okay, I don't like that either. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. Here we are again. I tried to talk myself out of making this video so many times. At first it was, you know, I didn't have all the equipment that I wanted. I didn't have the right setup. I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to say, or if what I had to say had value or was interesting. And to be honest with you, we're fighting through the fear. I'm done being scared. I'm done letting my fear run me in my life and talk me out of things. Like, I don't care if somebody has posted a video talking about the same thing. Like, we are all unique. We all have unique perspectives, and we all have a place to be able to share. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. So if you are someone who is in a season of healing, if you are someone that is on a journey of some kind to self-discovery, then maybe this will help you in some capacity. But my name is Lolo, and this is my little corner of the internet. Welcome. Where do I begin? Since I was brought into this world, I have been on a journey of self-discovery. I have always had this overwhelming need to understand my life's purpose, you know, the contract that I was brought here to fulfill. And there have been many chapters to this journey already, many layers of myself that, you know, I've started to peel back and begun to understand more and more. Many hard lessons that I've encountered along the way in various forms. But ultimately, my real journey started with my death. And I know you hear that and go, girl, what the fuck? But in March of 2022, I experienced an ego death. I mean, everything kind of just boiled over and came to a head. It's hard to describe the place that I was in because I feel so far removed from that person right now. The mindset that I was in, I just remember like watching myself almost from like an aerial view, spiraling. Like, I legit had a manic episode and I was seriously thinking about taking my own life. It was like everything was just too much. Everything was just too much. It felt like I had been like knocked overboard a ship, and the waves, like just wave after wave after wave, was like crashing into me, and I just could not find the strength to like pull myself up. And finally I feel like I just was like, I'm cool with sinking. Like, I just let myself sink. I was ready at that point to just feel nothing. Like, I was ready to just have peace of mind. Like, it would just have been better, you know, if everything. And it's like, I know that this is such a tough topic to talk about, and I know that YouTube don't even like you saying certain words or, you know, speaking about certain subjects, but we gotta have these conversations, because at the time I felt so incredibly alone. I felt like Is anybody else feeling what I'm feeling? Am I truly alone in this? You know? I now know, you know, that this event that happened was the catalyst for me to have this spiritual awakening, essentially. You know, like I needed to die in order to be reborn. Like, it's like the Saturn's return. If you know about like astrology and things like that, essentially everything had to fall apart in order for me to step into who I was really supposed to be, to who I am really supposed to be, you know. And not that I don't love that girl, you know what I mean? I love that Lolo, but the Lolo that I am today and the Lolo that I was then, two drastically different people. And I think that she would be proud of me in this moment, you know, to be able to even find the words to talk about this. Because, you know, I feel like nobody truly understood where I was in that moment. And it felt shameful, and I felt so much guilt, and it was hard to talk to people about what I tried to do and what I was experiencing, the thoughts that I was having, which is why I wanted to make this video, because I know that there's other people out there that experience the same thing and may feel like nobody sees them, that nobody understands that place, you know? But I do, and I feel like at this point in my life, it is important for me to share, because I don't know, it may help pull somebody else up out that water, you know. I by no means, you know, am like done with this journey. This is still very much, you know, the very beginning stages of this journey for me. But while I'm here, like I said, I just feel like I'm being called to help others in their healing as well. So, you know, with that being said, you know, some of the things that I had to do to make some extreme changes were very painful. And you may be thinking, you may know exactly what you need to do to move forward in this new journey and this new life that you're meant to actually live. You may know exactly what you need to do, but it may just be hard for you to even fathom the idea of doing it. So I just want to share some of the things that I really had to do to basically blow up my old life so that I could live this new one, right? So for one, I started therapy in 2022, which has changed my life dramatically. Like, if I know that, you know, I live in the US and our healthcare system fucking sucks. So, you know, not everybody has access to mental health in the way that they should. But if you can find organizations, you know, I was actually able to find an organization that gives you vouchers for your therapy sessions. So I was able to apply and receive 12 vouchers for the year for my therapy sessions, and it has helped me dramatically. The organization that I've been using is called the Loveland Foundation. I will link it in the description below. I don't know if it applies everywhere in the country, but for the state that I'm in, if you are here, then you can go and see where it's offered. But it's an incredible, it was incredible for me, because at the time I was working from home, and I, you know, was paying out of pocket for the therapist that I found, and I really, really like her, so I'm okay to do so. But man, I ain't gonna lie and act like sometimes it don't hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that insurance is just a tricky game, so you know, I never want to just tell people like, oh, you need to go find a therapist. But therapy, I feel like, was truly the best step in finding my footing with this. I think that, you know, you can try to go it alone, but honestly, you need help, babe. Like, you gotta figure out who is in your support system or what resources you may have in order to, you know, tap into yourself in a way that you've never tapped in before. So highly recommend therapy. You know, therapy is not going to solve all your problems, but it helps you develop coping skills to be able to deal with some of, maybe, you know, the anxiety that you've been dealing with, depression. Like, it helped me so much with my anxiety. I was experiencing like paranoia, I was experiencing depression, you know, just all of the shit. And it's just been refreshing to be able to speak to someone so candidly about things going on in my life, because at a certain point, you know, even though you may want to share, you may have friends or family that show up for you or you show up for them, I would have these thoughts of, oh, but I'm trauma dumping, or oh, they're probably busy, or, you know, I don't want to bother them, I don't want to burden them with my shit, you know. But that's a cop out too. Like, my friends have never turned me away. You know, if I've said like, oh, I need you right now. I have amazing friends, I have amazing family, but it was all in my head that I was creating these narratives, and therapy actually helped me see that. So, you know, you may be feeling that same way, like, oh, I'm a burden to everybody around me, or, you know, I don't want to trauma dump on nobody. But baby, if you need help, you need to say that you need help. Closed mouths do not get fed. Like, you have to speak up in order to get the help that you need, you know. So I really believe in therapy. The other thing that, you know, changed in my life, I was in a relationship for 5 years with someone that I loved and still love, you know. And I ended that relationship last year. That was last year, 2023. It's almost been a year, which is crazy to say. And a lot of people did not understand why I had to leave this relationship. You know, he was an amazing partner. He was a great person, and I loved him a lot. But the honest truth is that I could no longer grow there. I believed that our season had come to an end. I believed that we had learned all that we needed to from each other, and I was just at a point where I felt that honestly I needed to do this alone. This healing journey, I had to isolate myself a little bit more, you know. Like, I already felt isolated at the time, but I just needed to be single when going through this. Like, there was so much guilt and shame around, you know, the dark thoughts that I was having, the fact that I had this episode, the fact that I was depressed, and I felt like just a bummer to be around in this relationship. And you know, I know that that's not necessarily the case, and that he wanted to be there as a support for me, but I realized that I wasn't happy, you know. And unfortunately, it's just like, in order for me to begin this healing process, I just had to leave behind things that unfortunately no longer aided in like the new person that I was to become. Like, some things are super painful to let go of, and you know, I will always have love for him. I will always have love for our relationship, you know, and the things that it taught me about love and about myself. But I know that truly we just weren't aligned in all things. I believe that now both of us can realize, like, our true potential. Like now we can really ascend to our higher selves, because like I said, even though I felt like we did have a really good relationship, I felt like we held each other back in a few ways, you know? And at some point I'm gonna pick his brain. I actually, you know, we still talk, we're still cool, and I would actually really love to be able to like just discuss our relationship and kind of get his perspective on some things. So I'm gonna leave the relationship part there for now. But aside from therapy, aside from the relationship, I started a new job. And I found, you know, myself finally being able to tap into what I want to do in life. And I started a new career. I now work at a behavioral health clinic. And I get to, in some way, support people in their mental health journey, which is great. And, you know, I want to go further in it by going back to school and becoming a therapist myself. So it feels good. I felt like I didn't have any freaking direction in life, and I didn't know what I really wanted to do, and I just felt so passionless. I felt like everybody else around me was like living out their true potential and like doing amazing things and being creative and like figuring out their purpose, and I was just kind of sitting here like playing The Sims and smoking weed. Girl, like, and it ain't nothing wrong with playing The Sims and smoking weed, but it's just kind of like, what else? What else is there? So I finally feel like I'm on a path to like really understanding like what I was brought here to do, you know, in some capacities. I'm nervous about starting school again. It's been a while since I've been out of school. And going back is fucking frightening, but we gonna do it. We're about to just start doing shit that scares us. We're about to just live and just be confident in living and just being and existing, and taking up space. Like, and I feel like, I don't know, I think that this is giving me that boost that I needed. Like, I'm a person that feels like if I'm not working towards my life's purpose, I feel stuck, I feel stagnant, I feel unfulfilled. And so this is just giving me, again, that boost that I need. It's like the work that I was doing for myself inspired me to want to help other people do this shit as well. So that's where we at with that. I also moved into a new space. I did film videos before, and you know, for those of you that were around when I was posting and doing other stuff, obviously this is a completely different setup. So I have a new space, and I really love this space so much. It feels so cozy wozy, and it feels homey, and it feels great. Just being able to like curate my space and put things together. At some point I may film a video on my space, but I still am kind of like protecting it a little bit. I still am wanting to add some things, decorate some things. Like this wall over here is still very bare. So I want to do something with that. But yeah, I really love this. It's a little studio space, but it's just me and my cat, and we just be chilling, living life. I don't know where my cat is right now. She's like avoiding me, but yeah, we've been living and chilling in our new space, and I love it so much, y'all. Like, it's just great here, and this is what I needed. I think like I said, I needed to be on my own at this time. I really needed to have space to just process my stuff and like figure out where I wanted to go and what I wanted to be doing. And this is home. This is home. This is where I feel safe. This is where I feel inspired. This is where I feel creative. And it's coming together, so very happy about that. And lastly, I just want to talk about like the fact that I'm starting YouTube again. I talked myself out of doing YouTube so much because I felt like, what could you possibly have to say that hasn't already been said? What, you know, like, and I think the other part is that I've been off social media now, like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, for almost a year and maybe even some change. It's been a while I've been off, and I don't really plan on getting back on there anytime soon. And you know, I would be like, well, how you think you're gonna do YouTube and you don't have no other social media? Like, you know, but honestly, we gonna figure it out, child, because I have been wanting to share. I've been wanting to build some type of community, you know, in sharing. Hopefully it'll draw in and attracts other people who have been on a similar journey. And I don't know, it inspired me to do this again, because why not? That's the short and simple. It's just, why not? Like, if it fails, it fails. Who cares? At least I tried. And I want to get back to just trying and just doing and just creating things, you know? I love just the idea of just saying fuck it and seeing what happens, you know? I turned 30 and I feel like the possibilities are endless. Cause I feel like, you know, you turn 30 and everybody damn near tries to tell you that your life is basically over. They're trying to call me auntie now. You know, they're calling y'all unc and auntie. And it's like, first of all, I ain't nobody auntie. I don't even have nieces and nephews in my regular life, which makes you think that I'm gonna be an auntie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, my life is actually just beginning. Like, we are starting anew. We are starting fresh. We are starting from scratch. Regardless of your age, like, you just gotta keep living. Because honestly, if we want to be real, at 25, I started feeling like, okay, we've seen enough of you. We good. You know, like, who says? I could be freaking 40 and decide, oh, I want to be a Twitch streamer. Like, have y'all not seen Granny Puzzles? I love puzzles. Like, talk about, like, saying fuck it. I love seeing older people realize their vision and just doing it. Like, we constantly talk ourselves out of stuff all the time, and I'm just done with that. I'm over that. So that's what this is. We are gonna start again. We are gonna try again. I'm just looking forward, while painful at times, while messy at times, uncomfortable at times. This journey, it can be some shit, but honestly, I'm just looking forward to it, because I know, like, the only way out is through. Thanks for watching. If you liked, if you have stories that you want to share, please like, comment. If you feel so inclined, subscribe. But we here with it, and we gonna fight our fear. We gonna fight through it. So let's do it together. Thanks for watching. Bye.